Do you want to mention on the channel, like anyone who wants to come in?
Yeah. How's everything?
Okay, I'll be good. Good. I'll be right back. I'll just get something to drink.
Okay. Hello there. How's it going? Hudzaini, I hope I pronounced your name correctly. We're almost about time to start. I hope you're having a nice popcorn. I had pizza for dinner tonight, so just to keep up the tradition. All right, we'll start in a couple minutes. Let's see if somebody else is gonna join.
Hello. Yeah, so for people who want to actually join and participate and be heard, you can go to our Slack channel in Slack and go to the StreamYard link. I think I posted it there. So just put on your webcam and then you can come participate and talk and chat with us. But if you just want to watch, then yeah, YouTube is also fine. Is this layout better, maybe? Oh no, it covers the bottom. I think it's good. Hello, we have a few people watching. Again, if you don't want to just watch but also participate, come join us on StreamYard. Or just say hi in the comments on YouTube.
All right, I posted the link, the two links in our Slack channel. I think I said that, but I was on mute. And if you wanna watch, you can stay on YouTube if you're in the YouTube channel. If you wanna join us live and have a conversation, ask some questions, you can join the StreamYard link, and then you're gonna be prompted your name and a few other things, and then you'll be able to add you on the stage and have a conversation live here with us.
What got you interested in this new technology by Ruby and Rails? The Turbo is using their Basecamp application, right? They only released it like a few months ago.
Yeah, they've seen the making and they're improving a lot. And I think the next release there's going to be a ton of changes as well. But what got me interested in
what got me
interested in these is Do you want the long story or the short story?
One that you can tell in 2 minutes, and then I'll ask you again for the long story.
Okay, the short story. I don't know what the short story is, but I'll talk a little bit about that during the talk. But before I became a web developer, I almost became a mobile developer. Uh,
Mm,
I used to work with C and C++, fully backend
mhm.
stuff, low level backend C++ stuff for Solaris. And I was tired of that. I was like, what else I'm going to do? There's so much stuff to do in software development. And so I applied to two different jobs. One to be a mobile developer, transition to mobile developer. Another one to transition to a web developer using Ruby on Rails. And I got the Ruby on Rails job, so I became a web developer.
You chose
Fast forward
correctly then.
13, fast forward 13 years. Then I'll
Hmm.
talk a little bit more the fast forward 13 years in the during the talk, during the presentation.
Okay. Yes, it's almost time.
Yeah. All right. So let's get started. 7:59 here on my clock, if I have the right time zone. Yep. 8 o'clock. So let me get started. Thank you all for coming. This is Ruby Tuesday KL 106, the fastest organized meetup in my lifetime. Uh, this is brought to you by Ruby KL Brigade and Engineers My. You can find us on Facebook, Meetup, GitHub, Slack, Discord. Some of these channels are more active than the others, but those are all the places where you can find us. Note to introduce yourself. My name is Helio Cola. I'm one of the organizers of the Ruby KL Malaysia. And Tristan, I'm going to give you the word so you can introduce yourself.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm Tristan. I'm one of the organizers of the meetup, and I'm really just here to click the buttons on StreamYard for a video just in case he gets lost. So it's actually Helio driving today. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Tristan. As always, I'm always happy to have you here. It's always very
Mm.
helpful. Thank you for coming. Quick reminder: if you're online and you're sending comments in the chat, your profile name, your profile picture, and your comment may show up on the stream. So keep that
Yeah,
in mind.
just like this.
And
It's like that.
just like, oh yeah, okay, all right.
Put it.
All right. Another reminder: we use the Ruby the Ruby language code of conduct. Keep that in mind and remember to treat each other nicely. Uh, so today we have one talk. It's my first time digging into native iOS. So let me get started. Let me share now here my screen and I will open my presentation. All right. Oh, I needed to add my stream back to stage, and there we go. So let me open my slide decks. There we go. Let me see how it's looking. Yeah, okay, that's good. All right, my first time to native iOS. Hey, my name is Helio Cola. That's a little bit of things that I put in all my presentations. I've been doing Ruby on Rails for about 13 years and software development for 23 years, something like that, give or take. The agenda of my talk is going to be a story. I'm going to tell you guys a story. And then I'm going to tell another story. And then we're going to get some coding. I'm going to do some coding. And we'll try testing some stuff on my local host. And finally, we'll break some stuff. So there's all good stuff. So a story. Once upon a time, I received a newsletter by email, but it wasn't that far away. Wasn't so long ago. It was actually last week. And he said things like part two, turbo native, 15 minutes. That's what caught my eye. Those are the kind of things when I was glancing through the subject of that email or that newsletter. Those are the things that kind of caught my eye. And I was like, maybe there is something here for me. So I got curious. And here is the screenshot of the email. It's for that gentleman there, Joe Masilotti. And the title of the email is Part 2, Build a Turbo Native iOS and Android apps in 15 minutes. Full tutorial now available. Oh, by the way, without Swift and Kotlin knowledge, I know close to none about those two languages. And I was like, wow, without those, that sounds something like I would be interested in. And this was, excuse me, this was last week. This is March 28, 2024. So another story. Have you heard about Joe? What if I say Joe Masilotti? Have you heard about this gentleman? How about railsdevs.com? Have you heard about this website? So Joe Masilotti, that's a picture from his screenshot. That's his blog post. He's been doing a lot of Turbo Native stuff for the past couple of years. He's one of the maintainers of the iOS library, Hotwire iOS framework. And he also he built, along with a few other folks, the Jumpstart iOS. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with that. I didn't put a link here, but some interesting stuff as well there. And he's been I've been following him and seeing what he's doing for a while. And so now that's kind of a little bit of the intro that I want to give to you guys. And now we're going to dive into it. So this is a live coding presentation. So we're going to open the, okay, before I get there. So this is the URL for the tutorial, Turbo Native apps in 15 minutes. So let's take a look at that. So this is Joe's blog, and that's the URL that I put in there, and that's it. So if you scroll down, there's kind of a bunch of stuff. I'm just going to go through a little bit here, then I'm going to go to the top, and then I'm going to start. So this is all the tutorial. And by the way, half of it is iOS and half of it is Android. So today I'm only going to focus on the iOS stuff. But anyway, this is the tutorial that we're going to go through. And maybe not a live coding, but a live tutorial coding. That a URL. This was actually, you see, it was published last week. I think that's when he sent his new letter, and I got that in my email. So anyway, I'm not going to read the entire article from top to bottom here, but I will glance into a couple of things. You see, you need to know a bit of this to build an app. So it's you need to know a little bit, but I haven't used much of this, and what was in the tutorial was enough for me. So this is what we're going to be building. A native demo. They uses a web app that's running on the internet, and you can find on the GitHub. This is the link for the GitHub code, and this is what we'll be building. So let's go. Let's get to it. So build a Turbo Native iOS app. So you need Xcode, right? And once you have Xcode downloaded, we're going to create a new project. So I'm just going to go through here and we'll see what it needs to do. So I have Xcode here. Let me see. My Xcode showing up on the stream. Tristan, my screen is all good.
Yeah. What? No, your Xcode is not showing up in case you're. I'm seeing website. I'm seeing the website. Oh yeah, okay. I thought this was your picture. Yep, it is there. Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me see. I think I have. Yeah. Okay. So that's it. That's showing up here. All right, so let me go make sure that you guys are seeing the same thing that I'm seeing. All right, so first step, create a new Xcode project. Xcode file new project, very easy, right? Select iOS tab and then app application. So let's do that. Just to kind of give you guys a little bit of perspective here, the first time that I ran this tutorial was this morning when I was slacking to you guys, trying to get some inspiration and motivation to do this. The second time was in the end of the afternoon when I was preparing and rehearsing from this talk. So I never ever opened Xcode before in my life before today. So let's get to it. You see, new project, you go to iOS tab, I think it starts over here, and we want an app, and then it clicks next. So now, let's go back to the tutorial. We already did these two things, and click next, and then there's, so this is gonna be a bare bones iOS app with a single screen. And then on the next screen, we need to put product name, team, organization, interface, storyboard, language Swift, and this kind of stuff. So let's do that, right? So now I'm going to put T-Native Live. So that's the Turbo Native Live demo. I'm going to give the con example. This is one thing that sometimes when you do for the first time, by default it's Swift UI, but you need to change to storyboard. That's also there in the tutorial. You need to use storyboard. And checked, unchecked, storage none. So that's how the image should look like for you. And that's what it looks like for me. So I'm going to click next. Then I need to select a place where it goes, right? So it's going to save on this folder iOS. You see, these are the other two runs of this tutorial that I did today. One in the morning, one a few hours ago. So I'm going to create here. And you see, T-Native Live. So that's there. There we go. Let's see what the tutorial says now again. All right, I click next, I save the page. You can select the team, but we don't need to select the team now. We're just gonna simulate everything. We're not gonna publish. I don't even have an account I don't even have a team account on Apple to do mobile apps. And let me see here. All right, so you create the project. You see, select no storage or none. We're not going to save anything. So that's kind of one of the options there. And all right, that's it. I get my brand new iOS app. Now we need to add Turbo Native as a dependency. All right, adding Turbo Native Swift package. So basically what you need to do is Xcode file, add package dependence. And then you have these, in the search bar, you need to put this URL. So let's copy that. And let's do, all right, file, add package dependence. And then here, it shows up for me already because it was recently used. But basically what the tutorial tells you is like you need to go here, put in here, hit search, and then it shows up here. And this is the Hotwire Turbo iOS package. There is another interesting detail here. Switch the dependency rule option to branch and enter Turbo Navigator. So let's see what that looks like. That's what this dependency rule. We don't want it up to the next major level. We want branch and we want this. And below here, in the tutorial, Joe explains a little bit why that's going on. The code in this branch drastically simplifies the usage of the library and makes it easier for a new developer to get started. We pointed to that because official release, instead of the official release, because Turbo Native iOS is going to a big upgrade. And this branch it simplifies a lot this tutorial. All right, so up next, we want to do that. Okay, so I need to add a package, and it's going to do some fetching, and then I'm going to add a package. All right, I just added the package. So let's see what else we need. Integrate Turbo Native. Double click on Scene Delegate from the left pane, and here's what it's going to look like. So let's see here. That's Scene Delegate. Double click, single click does the same. And then basically what he says is like he wants to clean up all these comments just to make the code clean and to see it. And So delete all the comments from the file, and then delete all functions inside this class except the first one. And you're going to be left with this. All right. So the first one is that scene. I'm going to delete everything else, and that's it. That's what I have. Right. That's very simple. That's kind of what is there. All right, let's keep going. This remaining function will be called when the app launches, and then he explains a little bit of that. And then before we need to do this, we need to add turbo. All right, so now let's import turbo to our code. All right, import turbo. And then it explains here a little bit why that's necessary. Unlike Ruby, Swift requires explicit imports when referencing code. There's another crash course that probably was, that he built for developers if you want to learn more about it. But I don't want to learn now. I just want to run my tutorial here. So after the import statements, put a base URL. This is the web app that we're going to load. And this turbonative demo.glitch.me, that's the web page that we're going to showing up. And that's the one that's going to have this thing here. Remember, as you're scrolling down, this is what that web page is gonna contains. All right, so let me go back there. I was here, so now let's put that in my website or my app. So base URL turbonative glitch.me, and let's keep going. So. And then he explains a little bit of the Swift syntax here, raw string, for some wrap. First, I thought that this was a typo. I was like, I can't believe that Swift needs that exclamation mark there. And I was like, what? Anyway, it's necessary. If you remove that, Swift complains. Save it. It's going to break something somewhere. Okay, now it's not breaking, but maybe after we use the base URL variable, that's going to break. All right. So anyway, that's not a typo. That's Swift syntax. All right. Next, we need to create a turbo navigator, which is this guy here. So now let's copy that. And we'll put over here, turbo navigator. And it goes explaining a little bit of what each one of the design does. You see, these are interaction of the turbo native. The navigator handles all the magic of the presenting scenes and handling errors and more. And that's the turbo navigator that comes from the turbo that comes from the Hotwire Turbo iOS. Now, after the guide statement, inside the function, assign the navigator root control to the window. So that's kind of what he was talking about. That's the line that we need now. So over here, I'm going to do that. And then he explains a little bit more about what this is done. And then finally, we tell the navigator to visit the URL, which is this line here. So now our Swift code, it's complete. That's all we need. It's a bare bone apps, and the only thing that's going to do is going to be load this URL, this web application. All right, now is the moment of the truth. That's the moment that we've been waiting for. Project run. All right, let's see what's going to happen. First time I run this morning, it didn't work. It was getting some problems. And it took me, 20 minutes to figure out what was going on. I tried a couple of things, and at the end, the error message initially was a little weird to me. I was like, I wasn't understanding what was going on, but I never done Swift and never opened Xcode before. So it took me a little bit, but I finally found the problem. But anyway, you guys ready? Product run. All right, let's see what's going to happen. Build succeeded. Awesome. Where's my app? Where's my thing? So this is my, oh, there you go. Oh, there it goes. So it's happening. It's coming. It's coming alive. Come on. It's kind of loading. There we go. So let me kind of close these one, move these down here. So this is the simulator, right? So here, that's one of the problems that I had. I was trying to use uh, another device. The first time I run, let me see. Here in my targets, I had iOS 17, and then I was trying to run it on any iOS device, and it wasn't working because I'm targeting these iOS, and any device the target doesn't match. And then I try to I plug my cell phone to my Mac and try to run on my device because you can run here on your Mac. And then when I plug it, my device showed up here, and it wasn't working either because it was this thing here. My phone is not iOS 17; it's a little, I think it's 15 or something. But when I changed these, um, I didn't get to work on my phone either. But I think this is the problem that I was having. But anyway, there we go. So now we have, and then here is the simulator, right? So iOS simulators that you have, and I just picked iPhone 15 Pro, and if I do these, hopefully nothing breaks. Let me stop these and run again. See if it's gonna do it. Build. Okay, you see, as far iPhone 15, iOS 17. Uh, it's still showing here. It's giving me some context from the old application that I had that I did earlier. Uh, but no, you're not gonna look at my iCloud drive. No. Anyway, that's it. So this is all the code that you need to load your web view. And then here, this particular Turbo Native demo web application has a few things to show you how a web application looks kind of native in a phone. So this goes to another page, and then you can see there, you can scroll, go to another page, and then you go back, and then you get back to that one, and then you go back here. Opening a slow page, that's what a slow page is going to look like, right? The spinner is going to stay there forever, and slow page. Get back. Try scroll restoration, turbo scroll restoration. So what this means is that I'm going to go all the way down here in the middle of my scroll. I'm going to navigate to another page, and then when I go back, I'm keeping my scrolling there. I think that's what this feature is about. But anyway, I run this for the first time this morning, so I haven't poked around too much here. There are a few other examples. Follow an external link, follow a redirect. I'm going to show these next time in a few minutes. Unauthorized access, I don't know what to expect here. This load modally and submit form, I don't know what to expect, whether this is working or not. Follow an external link. There we go. That's what it does. You see, that's the turbo hotwire.dev, and then it's running on the internet, right? So it's doing all that. One last thing that I'm going to show you here is menu. Where is menu? Load web page, intercept with a native view. What is that? I don't know what that is. It's probably doing a native bullet points. Menu example. This is an interesting one. Open menu, you see? And it kind of feels native, right? That's the idea, that you get the native look and feel, but your code is a web application. And that's coming from the URL, right? Turbo Native demo glitch.me. By the way, this is not a Rails application. It's in JavaScript. But we'll take a look on a few Rails apps and see what happens. Rails, Ruby, and whatnot. All right, so now let me go here to the browser and let me show you what that. So that's what the Turbo Native looks like, right? That's what that page that we loaded, Turbo Native glitch.me, and this is deployed there. That's why it's loading. But that code is on GitHub, and you can run it locally. Localhost 45678. All right, so let's try that. So instead of these, oh, let me show you. You see, that's what happens if you remove the question mark. Anyway, base URL string http localhost 45678, and then I'm going to do that. So now I'm going to rerun this, and then my simulator is going to come back, and then it's going to load the same thing. But now I can show you guys this. So that is that Turbo Native demo application. So as I click and navigate to another page, there you go, get one, I get two, and then I get back. Get back doesn't reload anything. It's just you're going back navigation in your phone. It's not a back to the browser. Refresh programmatically. I don't know what the difference between those two, but probably this performs a replace visit the current page, refreshing its content with morphing. This programmatically refreshes the current page, performing a replace visit and refreshing its content. Anyway, there's some difference between these two. Advance to another one. Okay, there you go. Come back, and you see that's running on my local machine. And let's look at that. No, not scroll restoration. 404, non-existing. I don't know what to expect here. And follow a redirect, and then one page redirect, and then it loads the page after results successful redirect. And let's.
Do you mind loading this this local host on a browser just to compare how it looks like? Because this phone has a lot of like mobile views, right? Which I
Yeah,
don't think it's on a browser. Can you load
sure,
it on like a Mario or something?
sure. It's here. So that's the one. So this is running the browser mode. You want to
Go
run.
to
You
the
want to
mobile.
load mobile, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So let me see here where
Probably
I.
rotate it.
Oh no, there's a place here where I can pick the device, which mobile. Uh,
Yeah.
where do I pick the device? Oh, here.
Mm.
iPhone. I don't have much iPhones here, but
13 is fine.
12.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
That's how it will look like. So now, if I do this, we can
So
see the
yeah,
two one by one.
comparison. So you have like these buttons, right? Like the back button. It doesn't show up on. So this is not simulating the buttons. This is an actual native button. You know the back button that you
Yeah,
just saw.
yeah. And look at there is anyway. I don't know much about mobile development, but there is some interesting things here that I don't have an answer to it yet. But when I was doing this, look at this. This is the web, right? And the what is that?
Yeah, navigate to another web page is fine as well.
Menu. So
Yeah.
on the
Mhm.
web, oh no, oh there you go. I think one time I was running this menu on the uh, on the web and it wasn't working. But anyway, that's what this application is, right? It's just a web application, and then here inside the mobile, it look and feel more native, but it's still HTML. It's still a web view. That's the idea. That's the goal of the Turbo Native, both for iOS and Android. All right, let me move forward now here with my code, right? So we tried that, right? And but this isn't a Rails application, right? So let's try to run https github.com/klxrb. Did I get it right? KLXRB. Yes, I did. I think I did. All right. So let's see what that's going to do. There you go. It's it opened GitHub. And if you go to here, we can see my pull request somewhere here. Pull requests. Ruby Tuesday, April 24th, opened 4 hours ago when I built the slide deck for the today. All right, let's see if we can now do this. Does anybody know what the URL is? So that URL is our cheat code deck, 125.0.0.1.4.5.6.7. That's the deck that we use for the Ruby Tuesday. Let's see, and this is actually a Ruby app, is a Sinatra app. So let's see what's going to happen. So I'm going to try to load that. It doesn't work. There's some problem here that this doesn't work. But I tried a lot of I tried a few things in the afternoon to see if I could do this, but it doesn't work. But
I think the URL is wrong, right? Because it's the URL seems to be runs 4.5.6.7, but you need to put an 8 or something. Is this a different server now?
No, this is a different server. This is the Ruby. This 4.5.6.7 is this one. 4.5.6.7 is our typical Ruby Tuesday slide deck that I did.
Okay.
So the 4.5.6.7.8 is the actual demo. It's the actual Turbo native demo that the tutorial uses it. That's the one. Anyway, that doesn't work. But let's try something else here. URL string HTTP localhost 3000. Localhost 3000 sounds more like Rails, right? So let me see if I had something else. Oh no, before that, before we do localhost 3000, let's do URL string HTTP // brigade.my. Let's see what's going on. Oh, there is something that I want to show you guys that's kind of cool. That's it. Let's see what's going to happen. Error loading page, transport security. I don't know, maybe HTTPS. Let's see if that's doing anything. Loading. Probably here we need this, whatever features we need to follow the redirect. Remember when I was looking at the demo, Ruby Brigade might actually redirect to somewhere else. So let's keep going. Base URL string hub. Okay, let's go back to this one here. GitHub. This one, it worked, right? KL. Oh, these. Oh, we can try this one. I can't copy from here, but anyway, let me show you one thing interesting here. So you see, this is opening in meetup.com. So that's what the URL in Ruby Brigade.my redirects to. So if you go back here, we'll see Ruby Tuesday 106. And this is opening an external view. You see, these open this other view here. The app is on the back. So you open an external app. If we go back to the demo, let me show you guys how there is a scenario there now. Where follow an external link. You see, it opened that whole link. That when we look at the Hotwire Turbo other documentation, so that's an external view. That's the same thing that happened there with the redirect and the meetup. You're just following an external link to the website that you have. I think I had something else here that I'm not remembering now. But anyway, Ruby Brigade of my HTTPS meetup.com. What should be? Let's see if we can open meetup.com Ruby Malaysia. Let's give that a try. Ruby Malaysia. Let's see. We run it. And also doesn't work. I tried it already and it didn't work. So now I think it's my last demo today, last demo of the day. So localhost 3000. Localhost 3000 is running on my machine a Rails application, a Ruby on Rails application. And let's see what's going to happen. So this is one of my side projects, things that I maintain. And I did a couple of tweaks here to show you guys today. Hopefully it's going to load it. I don't know
Is
why
there a
this
slash at the end of the URL? Does it have anything to do with that, or is it a valid URL if there's a slash at the end?
This is slash.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess
No,
has a slash at the end, right? So it should be working.
Yeah, no, I don't think it. Maybe I'm not running the application now. Maybe I stopped. Let me see. Oh, that's not it. That's 3002. I have 2 Rails app running. So that's okay. By the way, 3000 is a Rails app. It's my passkeys demo, and it doesn't work. I tried that as well. 3002 is another Rails app, and this one works. Okay, I think let's see. This one is supposed to work.
You know what the difference is between the two that makes it work?
I don't know, but it's 2 Rails apps, and I don't know. I couldn't figure out why some of these is working, some of these is not. Anyway, this is one of my side projects. There is nothing much interesting here, but there is a sign-in button. And apart from the style, the sign-in buttons only have on my local is some new features that I'm building. But what I was trying to do here is to kind of show you guys the same demo that I showed you guys last time about my email messages. And so let's see if that's going to work. Let's see if I can log in here and see those email messages from my other talk. That's my password, and it doesn't work. So it loads a few things. It loads the page, it loads the navigation, it does a bunch of things, but the sign-in doesn't work. If we go back to the demo, there is a place in there that handles form submission. So maybe there is some more things that I need to do here on my web application. This sign-in works in the browser, but doesn't work here. So there are some other optimizations that I need to do for the sign-in to work. I don't even try to look around and try to see what's wrong here, but a few things were not working. It works on the browser, works on the web, and it doesn't work inside my Turbo native barebone apps that just load my web application. All right. So that's kind of what I wanted to show you guys here. So let me go back to my presentation. Let me see if I have anything else here planned out. And I did this, I did all that, I did all that, and all that. So let me go back to my presentation. And so a quick summary of what we did. We built a bare bones iOS app using Turbo Native. We looked around. We tried a few things, and some did not work. and some work. Uh, and that's it, folks. That's all I wanted to kind of show you guys today. And if you have any question, probably the answer is going to be I don't know. But if someone in there in the chat have any questions, does anybody want to join? Tristan, did anybody show up to join?
I don't know. He had Sean is in the back room, but I don't know if he wants to show himself, so he's just there. Not on
Okay.
the stage.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds
Yeah,
good.
he hasn't confirmed that he wants to
Okie
join yet.
dokie. All right. That's
I
it
have a
for.
question. Have you tried it with Android, and how is it different?
No, I have not tried with Android for because I need to. Oh, okay. By the way, there's some other next steps here, but for the iOS specifically, that I haven't looked into it. But you need Android Studio. Like this is like a humongous tool. It's like really heavy, really large stuff. I'm not a mobile developer. I'm not going to become a mobile developer. I don't want to invest too much time on these. I just wanted to run the 15 minutes tutorial and see what happens. So maybe we can. I will do these next month, but I don't feel like I don't have an Android phone. But
Mhm.
but it
You
does.
don't you
If
don't
you
need a phone, right?
Yeah, I actually have a burner phone that's Android. But you don't need a phone. Probably you don't need a phone with Android Studio as well. You should be able to simulate everything. But it's kind of the same. You see, file new project. So I'm kind of very confident. You see, Kotlin, whatever Android, the same kind of things that you need for iOS. Everything's very similar. Uh, I mean, you copy and paste different code, but and at the end, you probably do the same thing. You end up seeing the same application, right? So you see, you need to do override a couple more methods. You copy different things. You see, you need turbo path configuration, turbo session, nav host fragment. You need a few other things, but all in all, at the end of the day, what are you going to do? You're gonna do you're gonna put that URL there, and then that's where so it seems like is your start location. So you don't even need to do anything. You just take you to that URL. And anyway, so that's kind of I expect the Android to be kind of very similar.
Mhm. Have you tried something like Electron, and how is it different from this?
Never ever tried Electron development before. I never ever done anything mobile and not web. Uh, it's just this one got me curious. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, meetup is next week. I don't have any speakers. I didn't have time to do anything this month. And like, what I'm going to do?" And then when I saw those things, like turbinated 15 minutes over the weekend, it's like sounds like in the worst case scenario, I can try
Mhm.
to run this 15 minutes tutorial. So that's all I know about Turbonative.
Mhm.
Today was the first day that I run these. The first time I ever opened Xcode on my Mac was this morning to run this tutorial. And it's very simple. It's limited, obviously. This is not a application ready for you to ship to to the Apple Store or to the Google Store. But it demonstrates the usage of the Turbo Native, both iOS and Android.
Mhm. Yeah, looks good.
All right. So that's it. Thank you all who came to watch me going through the first time I did Turbo Native stuff. All right, let me see where I am. Here, my talk, and that's it, folks. See
Yeah.
you all next month.
Next month, I think is Ramadan should have ended already, so we'll probably start earlier with the pizza.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good.
Mhm.
Any questions from the? How many people was online? Let me see it. Let me stop sharing
Few
here.
people, a few
A
people
few people.
online, a few people on StreamYard, but they left now, and then some
Okay.
people chatting on YouTube.
All right. All right. Sounds good. Sounds good.
Okay, see you all next week.
All right.
I
Bye bye,
think
guys.
StreamYard has a few things now. Like, oh, we don't have the bye bye video clip, unfortunately. Yeah, I can always like move the acoustic music.
There we go.